Okay, so I want to make a final word on this trifecta thing that I just talked about, that I just broke down. And I guess my concluding word or final word would be to sort of evaluate the pros and cons of that type of, you could say, manipulation, or that type of biological imperative, or that type of plan that women have. And then I guess, in a sense, you have to wonder, is that simply how they've always been, or is that because we live in a society that allows them to do that, right? Because if you look at history, I don't believe that we've ever been in such a culturally safe and comfortable scenario as we've been now. I'm sure people have always had sex. That's not the thing I'm saying. I'm saying that now sex is almost like a hobby. It's almost like something that is just a pastime, or a password, or a byword, or like it's normal, right? Whereas I don't believe it was like that in history, because I don't believe that, due to the fact that society wasn't as put together as it is now, I don't think men or women really had the opportunities to be loose sexually that we do today. So I think what we're going through as men in this society today, I think, is newer and fresher than it's ever been, that I can remember, or not that I can remember, that I can think of, because I don't know intricate details of history. Like I said, I'm sure people always had sex, and I'm sure women have always had the biological imperative of hypergamy to choose a high quality man, but they don't have the freedom that they have today, which is partially why I think women are now they can do better. Let's put it that way. Now they can actually do better, and they don't have to fall back on, oh, well, I'm just a woman and I need someone to protect me. It's like, okay, we gave you equality. You're able to work. You do work. You're able to support yourself. You do support yourself. You're able to go to college, think, learn, etc. All the things that men were privy to, and that men did out of the responsibility of being a man, manning up and going out, and right, historically now women are able to do that. And if that's your wish, which is what they've been railing into our heads for the last 100 plus years, since first wave feminism, then you're going to have to adopt some accountability, is how I feel about it. Now, obviously, we've all got freedom. We've all got the choice. Yes, you can go be a slut. But the problem with what I see, with women doing that, is what I talked about before, where they're trying to remove accountability of it. They're trying to remove the responsibility of it, right? Oh, I want to slut around. I want to be a slut, but I don't want all the consequences that come with that. I don't want to have to raise the kids, the bastard kids, the unwanted, unplanned for kids. So I'm going to go to Planned Parenthood and have an abortion. I don't want the responsibility of dealing with the STDs, so I'm going to lie about it and not tell the men. And many women do this. And I also don't want the social stigma and the social accountability that comes with lowering my value because I've had so much sex. So they want to attack. And this is what I see modern feminism doing the most now. In reality and in effect, everything else is passive. Everything else is put on the back burner. Even the most important things that they claim are so important are put on the back burner. Now, what I see the most play out between men and women, and the women who always fall back on the feminist oppressive viewpoint, is this argument that it's okay to sleep around, is this argument that, what I'm doing is fine because I'm a woman and I have my autonomy and woo. Okay, you have your choice. You have your freedom of choice. We've given you that. You have your autonomy, but what you don't have is control over how the world treats you and control over how people treat you. And that's what I believe is going on today. I believe there's a brainwashing campaign going on to remove stigma of sexuality, which is not good, because stigma of sexuality is there for a reason. Stigma of sexuality is good. that helps people realize that, hey, I don't want to be with this woman. She's not a quality woman because she's slutting around. Because the more a woman sluts around, the less quality character she has, the less apt she is to pair bond. That's been proven. The less, in my opinion, apt she is to be a good mother. Okay, the more she sleeps around, the more choosy she is, the more manipulative she is. Oftentimes these women look at relationships as if they're, this is just my current boyfriend. I could jump to any other guy, and this is monkey branching, etc. Riding on that hypergamy. So it removes all kinds of accountability. Even it removes loyalty. Even it removes love. So my ultimate argument is this: people should get in relationships for love. Okay. The problem is that sex sort of warps people, and it sort of somewhat damages people's ability to find quality love. Now, in my opinion, it damages women more than it does men. I think that men are able to have sex and not be emotionally attached. I don't believe women are. In my opinion, for the most part, it's not that women can't, they just don't choose to. I don't see women choosing to have sex without emotions. Women need an emotional connection for sex. And the problem with that is, you damage your emotions the more sex you have, the more the less likely she is to actually be loyal to you and love you, the more she has sex. And I believe this is, demonstrably proven in our own experiences. We don't see women being very loyal anymore. And not only that, we don't see women being very loving. There's not a lot of great examples of very quality, loving women out there. And I believe this has a lot to do with that, with the fact that, they're loosely sleeping around, and they also want to force us to accept that, which we shouldn't. Men should definitely not accept that. So the takeaways from this trifecta is basically what I think you should take away from this is that, understand this, know it. All of the red pill truths are there for you to understand and know and utilize, so you don't make mistakes and you don't choose the wrong type of woman. If that means you're going to be single for the next 20 years, so be it. It's better than being in a bad relationship, better than having kids with a bad quality woman, right? You have kids with a bad quality woman, chances are your kids are going to be bad quality. Chances are she's going to turn your kid into a beta. She's going to turn your kid into a, God forbid, a male feminist when he grows up. He might turn gay. We're seeing the effects of this. We're seeing the effects of this third wave feminism, not taking accountability, being degenerate, loose sexually type of thing. Now, again, I'm not against sex per se. The problem is that when women have a lot of sex, they lose a lot of qualities. They lose a lot of quality character, and they're unable to love. Now, you can always argue, are they able to love anyways? Is hypergamy something that causes women to love? And that's something that I don't know. That's something that's just a question mark. In my experience, I don't know if women are really truly able to love. I'm leaning more towards no, but like I say, there's always exceptions. And I would say men should stop breeding. Stop breeding with these women. Stop rewarding bad behavior. Stop, okay, I'll be your fall guy. Okay, you had kids from other guys and you can come live with me, or, okay, you're a used up slut, but now you met me, and like stop that, right? Stop it. Let these women hang themselves. And it's like, yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe she should have love, but her parents need to teach her better. Society needs to teach her better, and she needs to choose love. It's like I said, it's a double-edged sword. I'm not necessarily totally against sex, but the fact is that the results of sex are damaged women, right? So that's a tough one. But that, I would say, that would be the takeaway. It would be, you should definitely consider and reconsider having kids or getting in a long-term relationship with a woman who's damaged, because probably chances are she's not going to